Right.
Be happy by now. But the more I try to push it, I realize gotta let go of control.
Cool. I love where she's placing it. It's in this light mix. So it isn't heavy right now, but it still has that attack. And she isn't going into a breathy head voice. Na 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 na. If you add a little bit of nasality to that, that should help you get there. And you want it to feel like it's going towards head voice. You want a mix. So you don't want it to be pushed, but you don't want it to be light and airy. So you need to get that chord closure, and we can get that by making a few horrible noises like nay, wah, 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 nay, 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 na, 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 and then you'll find it. Using a consonant sometimes helps you get into it as well. I also liked how she is doing this little flick from her chest voice into her head voice. Now I'm over exaggerating so you can really hear what she's doing. It's pretty fast how she does it, but it's a really lovely nuance to use.
Gotta let it happen.
Happen. Lovely scoop.
Gonna let it happen. Gonna let it happen.
Nice.
Gonna let it happen.
Oh, the first time she went happen and flicked into this airy, breathy sound. Happen. Then she put a little bit more tone the second time, but also bear in mind earlier she was a lot higher and was in that beautiful mix. So she just has loads of control over her placement, her resonance, and the coordination of the muscles in her larynx.
And it's just a spark.
Oh, the performance. She's enjoying that. I love that. I love that. What a natural. Maybe she's not. Maybe she's practiced a lot. I think she has.
Put your cell phones and lighters up high. Come on, Chicago.
Wow. Wow, imagine that. God, that would be so cool to be singing in front of those people. Oh, flawless. Clean mix. It's so beautiful. Again, just a really interesting change. Na 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 na. First time was really full mixy. Second time, na 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 na. Really breathy. She's just using the use of tone to express what she's saying and trying different things. It's really interesting to listen to. I love it. Lovely skips. And her diction is great and punchy when she needs it. Okay, so there. Happen. She had that little scoopy cracky thing. How she does that is starts on a lower note instead of happen, happen. She starts on that lower note and then flicks into her head voice so that you get that little crack. Wow, wow, so cool. She looks so cool. I love how she's got these really interesting consonants, or she sings on the sound. So spark, irk. Do people speak like that? I don't think so, but it sounds really cool in this context. It doesn't really happen with British accents because it'd be spark, spark if you're British, or English if you're Scottish, spark, spark. But this is a really interesting way. I don't know. Is there American accents that have that spark, or maybe? Family Guy. Anyway, it sounds cool. It sounds cool. We'll talk about what I want to talk about in a second. She looks so cool. I love her hair and her sparkly eyeshadow.
And the salt in my wounds isn't burning any more than it used to.
Her lower range is lovely as well.
It's not that I don't feel the pain, it's just I'm not afraid of hurting anymore.
Oh, I love how she put that pain into pain. That's important.
And the blood in these veins isn't pumping any less than it ever has.
So many things. She really used that consonant less, and then really used the consonant on the s and made it really sibilant. It's really nice to have that contrast of punch and then kind of breathiness with the s. Generally, she is not breathy at all. Okay, I'm going to talk about what I wanted to talk about. We have to address that there's all these rumours going around about her having nodules, and I had a little Google to see what she'd said about it, and I don't think she has, and it doesn't sound like she's had any sort of real bad vocal issues, but what it has said is she's had to change her diet, which points to me that she's had acid reflux. Now this is kind of, it's interesting to me, and there's not much science on this, but I'm going to say it anyway. The reason that there isn't any science behind this is because of whistle. Now, I'll go into this. She has this incredible high whistle tone. People haven't videoed inside the larynx as to what happens during whistle tone, but there are theories. So what happens when you do whistle tone is that your vocal cords just open slightly and the air comes through, and these inside bits of the vocal cords are the only bit that vibrates when you're super high. When you're in head voice, you've got full cord closure, or you should have full cord closure, and the whole vocal cord is vibrating. Now, if you have a lot of people I know who have incredible whistle tones, also have acid reflux, a lot of students, and this hasn't really been talked about, but it's something that I've definitely noticed. I have a theory. I theorise that because the acid reflux literally irritates your vocal cords, to get that full cord closure while they're pulled quite tight is quite harsh on them. So actually what they do is pop open a little bit and allow that whistle tone. So this is why I think a lot of people who have really bad acid reflux have developed it. That's my theory anyway. And maybe this is also why she's developed it in such an incredible way. You can teach yourself whistle tone. I taught myself whistle tone, but I'm not a natural, I have to say. It's something that I have to continually work on, but some people are complete naturals, and some people can bring that whistle tone down, like really to match their mix instead of going into head voice. In fact, it's something that I work on a lot with people who have that natural whistle tone, is getting them into full head voice. And I think that it might be a little bit of a protective thing for the body so that it doesn't have to use the full cord. Anyway, who knows? Who knows? I'm going to wait for the science to come out and then tell you if my theory is true.
You sing this line with me loud, and that's the hope I have. The only thing I know escaping me.
Oh, I love that distortion she's got in there. You can hear she's a soprano from where she shouts, "Let's go!" Even higher than me. Wow, I love this. I love her performance. She just owns the stage. It's amazing. And then that was a little bit more chest resonance than that to make it sound punchy, but not full chest voice, I will point that out. Just an incredible mix. I loved how she attacked the eyes with a glottal eyes, and that added that punch in. If you want to get that glottal sound to just go that pop feeling, that is a glottal. Maybe I should dye my hair blue like hers. It's so cool. I love it. sound is so bright. Ah, sort of, oh. I like it. Nice. So warm at the bottom, even though she's soprano. I loved how she ended that. I loved how she used the tools to make it come down like the creak. Ah, and ah. Putting the breath through on a H, adding like ha instead of ah with that glottal she had earlier. Oh, she's definitely worked on her lower range from her earlier days because it's just so warm. She's got that full chord closure all the way in. It's really the only part of her voice that has that darkness too, but it's beautiful. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!